this before, right? When Volkov's down sig was much more oppressive than it is now. They love doing those scenarios where it is as unfair as possible for their teammates to recover. And here's the opener that I was talking about, right? Cody and Phazon on Val and Vrax. These are the two legends that individually,
oh my god,
they've had the most success with until this team combo started, in which case it doesn't matter what legend you're on.
Yeah, I'm glad they were able to split their directions because that could have been disastrous. I'm talking both stocks gone 15 seconds in.
Oh man, Boomie on the right side of the stage, just trying to position in a way to fight against Cody and Phazon here, who are now at a damage deficit, but seem to have taken control over center stage. Nair picks up, gets the ground pound. No! Interrupted by the quick weapon throw from Sandstorm. That had to have been as early as the weapon throw activates. If you do it too close, it won't be active. It'll go right through your opponents. But he was able to stop Phazon in the midst of that ground pound. And now damage evened up despite the shaky start. Oh no! That's really rare mishap coming out for Boomie and Sandstorm.
I mean, listen, he was expecting Boomie's attack to finish and knock Phazon into it, and they were just going to immediately go get that stock advantage. But, man, I gotta tell you, blue team, phenomenal job busting that up and actually turning it into their stock advantage. That was a crucial turnaround.
And Phazon with the neutral sig catching Sandstorm off guard does end up losing that stock first regardless. And Cody, we haven't seen too many down sigs just yet, but that could change the second the game's evened up. Sandstorm still living.
Oh my gosh, Signature back into the pummeling and taking the stock off of Sandstorm, putting more damage onto Boomie.
Oh, the sides are getting ripped by Sandstorm right on the respawn, but Sandstorm took so much damage for it. It's such a cool trade of down airs. Both blasters and gauntlets so similar with the down air coverage and the side sig slide charged. Oh, Sandstorm giving it back. Boomie too focused on avoiding the down sig to save him, and the down sig takes him off the top anyways. This team combination from Phazon and Cody is so cool, and it's working out so well. Just a ton of high-tech alien attacks coming out from Vrax and Val.
I mean, it's the alien overlord, it's the cyborg. Cody, I mean, he is just proving that, asserting the dominance, expanding the empire with that down signature.
Oh man, Phazon doesn't even get the neutral sig there, but Cody barely damaged for what happened at the beginning of the game, and the down signature just flied, right? The first two hit, and all of a sudden the frequency of down signatures has massively increased. Lance finally picked up, but that Nair comes through, and I thought he was going to alley-oop him. Oh,
they were looking for spiked.
Uh-oh. This is a great start for the blue team.
Yeah, I mean, you said the frequency of those down signatures increased and the frequency of attacks just absolutely increased. So much damage flying onto the field. Boomie did manage to bring it down to final stocks, but not for long. So that's a quick game one for Cody, Travis, and Phazon.
Really solid play. I am curious to see what Boomie and Sandstorm do moving forward. I think they'll just get rid of Oh, they left Apocalypse open. Okay, we're running back.
We're going back.
Yeah.
So watch these replays. That map's going to look really familiar for game number 2.
Yeah, really well played from Cody and Phazon. There was some great improvisation happening from both of them, especially with the gauntlet downers and blaster downers. There was a moment where I saw Sandstorm. He went to save Boomie from a side sig with an unarmed neutralite off of spawn, and in exchange got hit by gauntlet down air into blasters down air and the gauntlet down air into blasters down air. So it was pretty brutal. We're seeing a little bit of down air action from Cody, but Cody with that side air side light, and that's another thing that's terrifying about the Vrax Cody, right? It's like it's the most I think it's the most dexterous blasters that are in the game. So he's just able to look so much faster than he already is with that weapon. Just with every little bit of frame that makes it like that much more optimal, having it be that high. The recovery comes through. Boomie almost being taken out the top. That down sig really close. But it's both of them. And Cody almost down sig Sandstorm on the way down.
Man, things are looking dire. Blue team definitely carrying all that momentum from the last game into the early stocks here. Phazon edgeguarding Boomie. Oh, just shy on the ground pound. Manages to get it the second time. They're covering. Man, Cody with that placement, I swear. Sandstorm taking the option. He just reset his damage. That was the call there, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's always really rough, though, to reset your damage in a scenario where you're not ahead. right? It always looks so strange. And Cody popping off the Lance's recovery, chase touches in there. He side six through everybody. He's fine with it because Phazon hasn't even lost his first stock yet. Weapon throw. Cody switching over to the blasters. Boomie can't even make it back down there to neutral light. Cody's not able to get the down light to go for the recovery afterwards, but man, is it looking rough. I mean, they're on the verge of six stocking Boomie and Sandstorm. Phazon jumps over the recovery, doesn't get the down air, but the scoop finally comes through, and Phazon's first stock goes down as well as Cody's, but man, this has been rough.
All right, I know they were looking for the alley-oop. Sandstorm getting it anyway. Oh my gosh, that was a ton of damage onto Phazon just as he came back. But Sandstorm tried to go for the taunt boom. He couldn't save him in time, and now he's in dire trouble.
Boomie, I loved it. It was a silly taunt, and it looked like a silly taunt, except that you considered it's the best way to stall your falling for your teammate to get there. Boomie's down there, just barely was able to scoop him up to the top, and now Sandstorm has one stock left while Boomie's on the verge of losing his last one. Phazon side stick doesn't hit, but Cody's definitely does. And they're on the verge of a 2-0 lead in Grand Finals, one game away from getting a handoff.
There it is.
That time, Cody didn't get bonked on the top of the head from the neutral sig, finishing off the side sig, and that's the team combo that I wanted to see in the previous matchup.
Yeah, and that catapults them onto a 2-0 lead in this set. They are poised to reset the bracket 3-0. I mean, looking like a completely different team than from winners finals.
One more game, get the bracket reset, and that means we're going into a best of 5 for those, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this now. But in Grand Finals, the winner has never lost a set. So if they do lose their Grand Final set, they get another opportunity because they're technically sent into the lower bracket. And that is what's going to happen here. If Cody and Phazon are able to take this 3-0, Boomie and Sandstorm with those W's next to their name in the bracket overlay will be turned into L's because both teams will have lost a set once to each other. It will be very exciting to see. However, if Boomie and Sandstorm reverse 3-0 this, that's it, and they will be the North America Spring Champions.
All right, we're going to the Dome. Pump the jams for this one. It's game number 3.
So if Phazon and Cody take this, they'll get the bracket reset, go to Grand Finals. There's a real shot they'll be able to take 2 seasonal championships in a row. And on top of all of that, the Spring Championship is the only seasonal championship that Cody needs to have all seasonals won in 2v2. It's the last seasonal championship that he has not taken. If he does this, he'll have a title for each seasonal. Winter, spring, summer, and fall.
He'll complete that seasonal gauntlet.
Yeah, it's one of those fun
snap
statistics.
Whatever weather he wants.
So it doesn't matter the time of year. I can win at any point.
Oh my gosh, that was so much damage right there.
Side stick comes through. Phazon gets knocked away. Down sig almost hits Cody, and Cody gets the point blank recovery of the Lance. And Phazon hits him away into the alley-oop. The nice side stick. Great team combo from Cody and Phazon. The lead goes to them once again.
They're going to be hunting Boomie. Sandstorm almost getting the handoff onto Cody. Cody stabling back onto stage. He gets the handoff and the snipe onto Boomie. Not yet enough, though.
How does Cody know? How does he know when to stand still for the down sig or the slide charge it? He hits them so often, it's gotta be so frustrating. He's so good with his racks. The side air from the blasters, hitting into the side air from Phazon. The ground pound caught by Sandstorm's nair, but with Cody's pressure, Sandstorm can't finish the stock, and it's 6 stocks to 4. Phazon going down shortly after I said that, making it 5 stocks to 4.
Cody still hanging on to this stock. You know he's going to try and turn as much damage as possible. Boomie cutting that short, saying not today.
Great weapon spawn in favor of Phazon. Picks it up, neutral sig lands on Boomie, but Boomie with that forward throw picks it up, goes to the downlight, and Phazon waits out Sandstorm's landing options, gets the recovery. Sandstorm's got nothing to make it back. He has to dodge, and that's it. Boomie too late to save, and now he's getting hit by the alley-oop from Phazon. Oh my God! Cody,
again,
Cody,
what is the accuracy? Somebody back on production, give us like an actual accuracy stat.
You know, if we get the percentage, it's probably going to be something sad like 36.2%, but that's still high. It's really high for a
It's really high, man.
He has hit.
You got to look at
so
this like
times.
A batting average, you know?
Yes. A batting average where it wasn't their first time up to bat, so it's not a perfect score. Boomie and Sandstorm go down simultaneously. Only this time Sandstorm has no more stocks to go back, and it looks like Boomie and Sandstorm don't even want to think about this set. They just want to get to the bracket reset so that they can.
Oh my gosh!
Cody just barely misses the recovery to finish off the team combo.
They're just freestyling.
Man.
They were freestyling for these last couple. Oh my gosh!
Weapon throw hits. Boomie struggling to make it back.
I respect this. Boomie trying his hardest, and he's putting the damage out. But man, he needs to be absolutely flawless. And Cody, the slide charge just bumped that percentage.
Cody, Travis, and Phazon 3-0 Boomie and Sandstorm very convincingly from the lower bracket, and we get the grand finals bracket reset. In just an hour ago, winners finals, Boomie and Sandstorm convincingly knocked Cody and Phazon down, where Phazon was on Kaya the entire time and Cody was switching legends every game. Now, in the lower bracket, finding this composition of Val and Vrax are looking unstoppable. 4-stocked in game number 3. With so many down 6 from Cody Travis hitting on the Vrax, hitting Boomie constantly off the top of the stage, are we going to see a little bit of a legend swap coming out from Sandstorm? He has been losing these stocks on Onyx incredibly early, getting his recovery stuffed, getting read by Phazon and Cody alike, and losing the stocks long before Boomie has an opportunity to be able to save him. We might be seeing a Zol come out, or even differently, a Koji.
Yeah, I'm expecting some sort of legend swap, especially because now we're in a fresh new set. This is where they can dig into that deep roster to try and get something to set Cody Travis and Phazon onto their heels. But man, you know, in the world of the upper echelon, these high tiers of Brawlhalla gameplay, nothing is given, nothing is guaranteed. It is hard fought all the way. So Boomie kind of flashing the Thor, but a difference. Wait, Poe?
I'm seeing Poe.
Are we getting Poe?
We're getting Poe. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, Kung Fu Panda's in the grand finals. We've got Poe, the epic crossover for Wushang, partnered with Thor. Thor with a little bit of a skin swap going into game number 1 of the grand finals reset. And this is not totally crazy from Sandstorm. His gauntlets have been renowned ever since the Mordex openings from 2018 and 2019, and now on to the Poe. Going into game number 1 of this best of 5 is going to be potentially the answer for the unstoppable force that is Lord Vrax and Val.
All right, so getting into the nitty-gritty here. This is game 1 of grand finals post-reset. Sandstorm now over to this Poe, so the cannon is gone. Even though Onyx is still there in the avatar, the cannon's gone. It has been replaced by the spear, which has a phenomenal anti-air that could bode well, given the higher platforms, a little bit more verticality to this stage.
Yeah, Poe is... Okay, Poe is getting beat up a little bit at the start, but that's okay. That's part of the I'm pretty sure the first movie. That's like part of the storyline.
That's like
right?
3/4 of the first movie is
Poe's
just
just getting beat up constantly. This is fine. He does the skadoosh at the end, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Anybody who hasn't seen it, right? We're getting
spoilers for like a decade-old movie.
Oh no. Okay, they're fighting back. They took a ton of damage, but you know what happened during all of that? Woo! Cody actually went down first, so that means the red team's in the lead. And Sandstorm on Poe is trying to make it back. And something that I want to talk about before that team combo started is that I think Wushang, or Poe in particular this time, is one of the best legends at punishing people who jump habitually. Right?
Yes.
It's like every single neutral sig, everything is just coming out to cover those jumps. If you hit them out of a combo and they're trying to jump away, you're going to catch them. And we might be able to see that here in this game as he picks up the spear, because spear and gauntlets alike, the neutral sig has the same essential properties.
Yeah, they're going to helicopter right up in that 45 and just move forward, covering a ton of different dodge options. Spear slap number 1, sending Phazon wide. Boomie guarding the corner. They're trying to catch Cody's landings as well. Look at how much space they're covering simultaneously.
Another cool thing about Poe is that the down sig, while charging, displaces Poe's hitbox. So he won't be targetable by the ground. You have to be able to jump to hit him, and it covers that area right beneath him. And that side sig so crazy fast, you don't get the full move if you miss, so it's actually pretty safe to whip. All stocks even, downline Cider takes Cody down, and the lead goes into favor of Boomie and Sandstorm off of this Poe swap.
Quick handoffs, they're chasing Cody high. Man, Cody definitely playing this last stock of his incredibly carefully. He's staying at max range, just trying to play a heavy support position, just coming in when it suits him.
Okay, Boomie dipping underneath the stage. Phazon not going for a down air or a ground pound off of that side light, but the side gets Boomie, and Sandstorm gets the down to. Oh, the save from Cody. That saved Phazon absolutely. That down sig accuracy coming through. The double knockout from the down sig on Vrax, and they take the lead in stocks and start piling on the damage onto Sandstorm. Phazon still has 2 stocks to play with. The Cody, despite losing that first stock so early, is starting to come back just because he's so darn good with the down sig on blasters.
I gotta tell you, and being able to play that for the support role is so incredibly strong. And usually we see Cody, he goes crazy, right? He's in people's faces with these blasters. He gets all these dodge reads. But now seeing this support Cody, man, it has really changed things up at the tail end of this match.
Boomie just hit like 4 nairs, just chasing Cody around all the top side of Miami Dome. But the downer hits the strong hit of the knockback, sending Sandstorm off the stage. And the down 6 snipes him, gets rid of his weapon. Phazon guarding the weapon, ground pound hits, punishes Sandstorm for picking up the gauntlets, and 1 blaster's recovery away from Sandstorm going down at game number 1. Boomie, the one that has the least amount of damage, and Sandstorm gets the reversal grab on the double. Phazon's the first one to go, and Cody in the 1v2 has to take down Sandstorm for a chance. But with that weapon gone, Boomie almost definitely is going to take him down. It's the double delights there. Makes me eat my words, and Sandstorm powering up at the very end takes game number 1 of the Grand Finals reset.
All right, so this is now, this is the back quarter of the movie where Poe is now learned everything that he needs to. He's fully unlocked his potential. He is that chosen warrior. And man, that was a fantastic cleanup. They got to feel good about stopping that momentum and stopping it where their victory doesn't get washed away. Because now it's that fresh slate.
A large part of that momentum even being stopped in the first place was how early Cody lost his first stock, and then just being able to recognize the lead that they had and continue fighting and being able to bring it into a game number 2. Phazon and Cody are tired of Miami Dome. They don't want to go back, and all 3 of these stages have the smallest walls possible in 2v2, and so we're picking the one with the largest ones. It's Apocalypse coming in for game number 2.
All right, these small walls, Cody is going to be looking to set up those snipes so that way, if you just peek your head right over the corner, he's going to be able to snipe you. Phazon with those sword side signatures, he's going to be able to spike you down with them in open air. So that's just, I don't know, these stages, very smart picks for their legend comps.
And Sandstorm and Phazon are going for a gauntlet battle off stage at the very beginning. Cody with the lance, hitting both Sandstorm and Boomie. Nice read. Gets 3 solid hits on the Boomie. And the nairs are missing, but that one connects, and Sandstorm with the gauntlets is just trying to get something started. We haven't seen too much signature usage from Poe so far, but maybe we will this game as Boomie fighting through, getting some friendly fire on accident, and not punishing Cody for the whiff side sig.
Oh, doesn't quite get the hand off. Cody coming in to bust it up.
Oh, down sig, catching all around him.
Sandstorm just giving him the skadoosh.
Oh, man, Cody. Okay, Cody avoids all that damage. Boomie hits Phazon off the side of the stage, but Phazon really needs a new weapon. And Cody's neutral sig didn't catch anybody off guard. Phazon picks it up with the sider, hits him out of the neutral signature. Cody with the down sig sends Sandstorm flying, and the downer gets the knockout onto Boomie as well. Blue team in the lead for game number 2.
Yeah, off the back. Oh, immediately deleted. Sandstorm coming in with those gauntlets. Now trying to get the handoff onto Phazon. They've got the weapon starve going. Now he's just looking. No, all right, this is smart. I love how they just kind of slowly rotate for the power play, but they keep an eye on that back just for whoever's coming in to try and recover, try and bust up whatever team combo might be starting. It's just one quick side air away.
Ooh, Boomie getting side-aired through, but he returns the favor. Side-airs Cody and Phazon. One nair into recovery, straight into Sandstorm side-air, and the stop sidelight continues the onslaught as Boomie has been putting on a ton of damage with the hammer. Down sig gets punished, down air into neutral light from Phazon, and Phazon does get that crazy dash chase dodge afterwards. Down air doesn't get the punish on the Boomie as he dodges out of the way, but man, team combo's going both ways as Cody side sticks in one direction and goes over to help Phazon with Sandstorm. But Boomie still solid with that hammer, hitting Phazon one way and Cody the other. Phazon can't make it back.
Oh. I mean, that was really just the pressure that Sandstorm put out because Phazon was trying to stay out of the spear down air range, and that's what forced him a little bit lower. Uh-oh, are they going to be trading stocks here?
I don't think so. I think they're just taking them. Boomie and Sandstorm, originally down a stock apiece, are now ahead a stock apiece as Boomie has been super solid with the hammer. Look at that, he's almost doing his Phazon. He hits Phazon on the way back. Can he make it through? His recovery gone, but his dodge not. He makes it, and he has done so much damage to Phazon. It was a 3-hit hammer string into a down sig. Phazon has been struggling to get a weapon this entire game. Boomie and Sandstorm still on their second stocks, and Cody just can't make any of these stocks go away. Phazon finally getting the side stick. Can they get Sandstorm as well? His dodge is gone. The stair comes through, one stock apiece for everyone on the screen, but Phazon's hurting.
Yeah, this is where we're going to see, I think, Phazon play a little bit more of that support position, if he even gets the chance, punched so far wide. I mean, that's the danger, right? They're just going to smack Phazon. They don't necessarily need to clean up the stock. They just need to keep him away so that way they can get a 2v1 combo against Cody.
Sandstorm avoids any potential offstage early knockouts from Phazon on the gauntlets. Just trying to stay with Boomie. Boomie has been so solid in center stage, hitting tons of sidelights and side airs, but Cody with the lance has been really cutting through. Oh, okay. Side airs Cody, but I don't know what happened there, but everybody just dispersed, and Cody somehow didn't die, and that's exactly what he's looking for. Dashes back, down airs. Cody and Phazon are playing the carefulest game of their lives right now, and Sandstorm and Boomie just can't seem to end Phazon's stock. Cody hitting both Boomie and Sandstorm. Recovery comes through the down lane. The recovery. Sandstorm, is he going to go down before Phazon? This is so close.
Phazon, I mean, he just managed to snag the first weapon away from Sandstorm. Couldn't snag that next one, though. So now Sandstorm's armed. Boomie takes him out with a scoop. Cody returns the favor. Sandstorm couldn't do the same.
Recovery. The recovery puts him in the perfect angle to survive, but one more of those and he'd be gone. Cody gets the
Oh my gosh.
The gauntlet sideline just barely saved Poe from an early death to that down stick from Cody. The side stick connects and they make it to game 3, 1-1. We've got ourselves a really close grand finals reset. Look at that damage done from Phazon, 292. Cody absolutely carrying in game number 2.
Yeah, they definitely kept Phazon out of the equation several times. You see him there having to play on the back foot for so long, up to the point that he gets scooped out of here. But Cody just too clutch in the finish.
Man, Cody playing that 1v1 at the end perfectly, getting the side sig on Sandstorm. And Poe is going to be staying in the ring for game number 3. But Phazon looking at that last performance and agreeing with me that that damage number was a bit too low and has switched over to the Hattori, which is not unheard of. Hattori and Val definitely staple characters for Phazon going into all sorts of tournaments throughout the years. It looks like either the legend or the stage pick was incorrect here, so we'll be coming back in just a little bit for game number 3 as we're in the grand finals reset. It's 1-1, and we've got ourselves an incredibly close set between the two best teams in North America.
All right. I mean, this is just going down to the wire. I can't believe we went from such a blowout of a bracket reset, 3-0, just immediately dominant games, to now just trying to eke out even wins. It happened so quickly.
Yeah, it did. And it happened with the legend swap that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
I did not expect to see Poe coming in from Sandstorm as a staple, like, break glass in case of emergency pick, right? Like, that's so cool to see. And also very surprising.
I like it.
We're going into our game 3 now. Stage was selected. I didn't quite see it. We'll be
It's
seeing it
still Miami Dome, so they're running it back. I think it might have been just, somebody needed to top off their water, get a swig.
Whatever the case may be, I'm so excited to see the results of this matchup as it's 1-1. And now, both teams 2 wins away from being the North America 2v2 Spring Champions. Who is going to seal the deal? Cody taking a ton of damage at the beginning, and Sandstorm falling him all the way up to the blast zone. Wasn't able to quite take him down, but still a lot of damage done. And Sandstorm yet to be touched. That downlight comes through, and he weaves through both Cody and Phazon. Oh, finally some damage coming through.
Oh no! Cody goes in a little bit too soon. The release of those glowing hands hits him. Boomie cleans up the stock. Now they've got the combo onto Phazon. Look at that.
I never ceases to amaze me how good Boomie and Sandstorm are at 2v2 combos. Sandstorm watching Boomie doing the setup, dashed back into a dash jump, and then he pivoted a gravity cancel downlight to be able to make that work. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that was full-on calculation of, all right, how damaged are they? What's going to be the flight trajectory? Where do I need to be? And it was from really far away. Oh my gosh, they tried to go, but he didn't steer fully into him. Didn't get the final send at the end of that attack.
It would have been so cool, too, to do the recovery from Phazon. Oh,
gets the double.
Anyways, let's go. That's like, they literally lost both their stocks at the same time. That would be a tie if it was a 1v1, right? Like, that was how it... Oh, Cody! Whoa, they're both so tough. Okay, that was so weird. When 3 people get knocked up to the blast zone at one time, I feel like something's going down.
Yeah, because all it takes at that point, you can actually go above what is considered the knockout line, and as soon as you get stunned, that's death.
Yeah, it's not like walking off the stage. or walking off the bottom of the stage. Oh, but Phazon goes down to an early down air from Boomie. And now Sandstorm with the down airs is going to get the pogo knockout onto Cody, and that's 4 stocks to 2 really early in game 3.
Man, they tagged Phazon for a little bit of damage, and yeah, they're just building on this 2-stock lead. And Boomie just clearing the stage with this hammer left and right.
Wow, Cody getting the side sig off the down air. Boomie, however, returning to Phazon, almost taking down Phazon's last stock of the game, and Sandstorm having so much mileage off the down sig. Tries to land it once more, but Cody says, I've got my own down sig. One hits. Down light into recovery. He gets the recovery off of the gravity cancel. Doesn't get the stock. Cody immediately turning around with the down sig after the blaster's side air. They want to even up these stocks at the very least.
Oh, Phazon's out of here. Cody left alone. He's trying to snipe, but man, this is where blasters get pretty dangerous because a lot of your own attacks lock you up, and it's very easy to punish. Oh, but he manages to keep it off stage. Takes down 1 stock, 3 more to cut through. Sandstorm just dodging and keeping his.
Okay, Sandstorm goes down to the side air. Cody can, if Cody can bring out his intercostalix, this could be doable. He just has the 0 to death Boomie right here. Nair, side air, down air. Okay, Cody stopped side air, but it was a good start. Boomie, in the midst of that, didn't actually take that much damage, but Cody tried his best, but just too strong of an opener from Boomie and Sandstorm in game number 3. And we are now at match point. Boomie and Sandstorm are 1 game away from stopping Cody from having all of those seasonal titles, right? He's got
They're going to deny the gauntlet. They're going to reclaim victory. I know they were tweeting after the Winter Championship that, hey, we're taking springs. Don't get too comfortable. And it's looking like they are about to do it. The reigning World Championship team is on tournament point.
Oh, but we're in Apocalypse. And Cody and Phazon have had remarkable success in Apocalypse throughout the day. Maybe we're not on Apocalypse. We'll find out.
Boomie just emptying the salt can. How much do you think you can actually fit in there?
What measurement are we using?
Infinity is the answer.
Infinity is the
question.
Okay. All right, good. Well, I'm glad I didn't try to answer the question. Infinity. Yeah, I mean, it's still going.
Infinite salt. You know how fighting games can be. They are just infinite salt mines.
Enough for everybody that plays Brawlhalla, which is a lot of people. So you kind of need an infinite amount of salt. Now that I think about it, we're going in. Woo. Game number 4. It's coming up.
Here we go. Boomie rocking the Winter Champion title from 2017. Just being like, listen, you guys, you had that Winter Championship. I had this Winter Championship. But we're here in spring going, again, tournament point, it's Apocalypse.
If you've ever had a peek inside Boomie's title inventory, he's got a lot. He's got a
How
lot
many
more than
pages?
That. It's quite a few.
I think he had a tweet or a video or something showing like just how many pages of titles he has. It's
one of the few players that can do a Brawlhalla title unboxing stream.
Yeah,
just has to show how many tournaments he's been in. I digress. We're in a tournament that's going to decide who gets the next tournament title added into the game. The grand finals bracket reset of the Spring Championship. Phazon doing a great job with the sizing up the right side of the stage, but already losing one of those stocks, and Cody can shortly follow right afterwards if he's not careful. And that neutral stick so hard punished by the D-Light ground pound from Sandstorm on arms. That neutral stick doing more damage to his teammates than it did to Sandstorm. Phazon's got to be careful.
Yeah, Cody, hard target out here. Now they've got a 2-stock lead. Boomie and Sandstorm definitely kicking this off like they're looking to end it here in game number 4.
6 stocks to 4. Cody and Phazon have to end this right now. Sandstorm. Oh, getting hit with the recovery, but that's not going to be enough just yet. And Boomie with a nice down light into Nair, just doing all the gymnastics with the orb, getting that final hit through. Cody was trying to get in position for the neutral light, or Boomie was trying to get in position to follow up with the neutral light from Sandstorm.
Oh, yes.
Do it.
Phazon back on this Val, that neutral signature doing work, giving him the speed to get over and spike down for still the correct double knockout. It's not even like the delayed double where like the kill feed won't show it. You're just like, all right, come on, that was actually a double. It's like, no, this was game verified double knockout.
He met the speed run constraints. He was able to get the title. Yes, Phazon with that recovery catches Boomie trying to go for a scoop, but Cody has to use recovery early just to be able to make it back, and there just beating out Phazon.
Gosh.
He's gone. I don't even think if Cody gave up his own stock there, he would have been back fast enough to save Phazon from that death. That was just brutal. And now Cody is one solid hammer hit away from losing the stock, and that's why you see Boomie and Sandstorm just focusing on Phazon. They know if they take the stock down, the tournament's as good as theirs. That line side air into the side.
They tried to do it again. They tried to do it again. And the little bit of the extra pop from the spear neutral air to give Boomie the verticality that he needed to get back onto the stage.
Phazon's gone. He's just gone.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Just shy on the handoff, but man, they just need a little bit. Cody has 4 stocks to get through. This is looking like Boomie Sandstorm's tournament. Any hit now. And that's it! Boomie Sandstorm clearing it. 3-1 post reset. They are the spring champions.
Congratulations to Boomie and Sandstorm winning the grand final reset after looking like after what looked like an amazing team composition from Cody, Travis, and Phazon. They were able to bring it back with Poe of all characters in the grand final reset to win the event and live by their word. As you said, they mentioned after the Winter Championship, right? You got us this time, but we'll get you in Springs, and they did. What an amazing grand final set between both players, and congratulations to Boomie and Sandstorm for being the North American Spring Champions.
Man, that was incredibly well fought. The turnaround, just the changes that they needed to make to bring it back post-reset, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you can see just how ridiculous the top end of Brawlhalla gameplay is. So, yeah, look at this path through the bracket. Cody, Travis, and Phazon burning their way through the top side until they ran against Boomie and Sandstorm. Couldn't get it 3-1, but they got that 3-0